Hey Facebook friends, it's Christy here. It is a cloudy, dreary, gray day here in Pennsylvania, and that made me think of something, and I wanted to share it with all of you since I'm like really passionate about skincare, in case you didn't know. I wanted to talk about sunscreen, and here's why. You're all making mistakes with sunscreen. I know I was forever, and I want to give you some tips and tricks so you can keep in mind so that you're always protecting your most valuable asset, which is your face, your body, and your skin. So, what are the mistakes that people are making? Well, number one, you're not wearing any. We all know by now anyway that, hold on, I gotta move forward. Okay. Anyway, by not wearing any, you are going to cause damage to your skin. Skin cancer is the most prevalent of all cancers that are diagnosed on a yearly basis. Why? Because we're not protecting ourselves properly from sun damage. The other thing that happens is, guess what? You end up prematurely aging due to the sun. So, number one, wear your sunscreen. You know, the fall's coming. We're going to be starting to go to football games and soccer games, and for me, cross country things. And it's gray, it's cold, it's dreary. Who needs sunscreen? You do. You need it. So let's talk a little bit about it. What is SPF? SPF means sun protection factor. This applies, though, only to the sunburn causing UVB rays. So when you're buying a sunscreen, you want to look for things that say broad spectrum somewhere on the bottle, because that means it's also addressing those skin damaging UVA rays, which are the things that cause the premature aging and potentially skin cancer. Number two, big mistake. I know I used to do this. Here's one of the things. You use the same bottle of sunscreen from one summer to the next. You're like, oh yeah, here, I've got some already. I don't need to buy anymore. As a matter of fact, you go to the stores now, they don't even sell it anymore, which is such a shame because we all need to be buying it. But if you've been using the same bottle of sunscreen for more than one season, toss it. Go get a new one, because guess what? It's not good anymore. When it comes to sunscreen, expiration dates are absolutely important. The other thing is yeah, it's really convenient. Throw your sunscreen in your glove compartment, throw it in your trunk, put it in your purse, put it in your beach bag and go to the beach. Well, guess what? The heat does damage and challenges the efficacy of the product. Not only that, but once it's been opened, there are contaminants and bacteria that can get in there, and you're going to end up with more issues. You get a rash, don't feel so good when you put it on, it's kind of gritty. Throw it away, get yourself a new one. Number three, you count on the SPF that's listed in your makeup to do the trick for you for the whole day for your face. Big mistake. Here's why. You don't put makeup on as thick as you would put on sunscreen. Oh, it's handy, but the quantity is what's the issue. Instead of a dab of sunscreen, you're just brushing it on or whatever. It's not enough. And also, most people don't reapply their foundation during the day, so therefore they're not reapplying their sunscreen. It does wear off. So use the real deal. Use sunscreen under your makeup every single day. The good news is if you're using a moisturizer that has an SPF in it, you are actually getting what you need, and that is a good way to go. So, number four, less is not more when it comes to sunscreen. The rule of thumb is, sorry, I got a text message. The rule of thumb is, you know, people have heard this, you know, a shot glass amount for your whole body and a teaspoon for your face. But here's the thing, think of different body types. My daughter and I aren't the same size. My son and I aren't the same size. So you need to adjust accordingly. The good thing is when in doubt, you can slather. It's not going to hurt you at all. There's no such thing as too much when it comes to sunscreen. Number five, you put your sunscreen on in the morning and then you never put it on again. The maximum amount of time that your sunscreen is going to last is 2 hours. After 2 hours, you've used up the active ingredients in the sunscreen and it is no longer effective. And of course, like sweating, swimming, sweating and swimming, that makes it wear off even faster. You know, back in the day, you could buy a sunscreen that said waterproof or sweatproof. You're gonna see you can never do that anymore because there is no such thing as waterproof sunscreen or sweatproof sunscreen. Sunscreen, because the FDA doesn't allow it. So you can see water resistant, and it's going to say water resistant for 40 minutes or 60 minutes or 80 minutes. Whatever that is, follow that guideline and reapply after that amount of time. Biggest one, and this is how I started it, but this is the most important. You only put sunscreen on when it's sunny and it's hot outside. Cloudy days are as important for wearing a sunscreen as a sunny day. So those UVA rays I talked about that cause premature damage and skin cancer, guess what? They're actually prevalent and can go through thick gray clouds and even through glass in your car. If you're somebody who does a lot of traveling for work, sunscreen on this side of your body is of utmost importance. I've seen pictures of truck drivers where like this side of their face is totally aged and this side of their face looks great, and it's because of the sun. So I hope you all found this helpful today. It's cloudy and it's gray. Go put your sunscreen on and have a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.